Hello and welcome to Realty Buzz, your daily real estate reckoner. This is Mansi Dave, and here we take you to the latest happenings in the most talked about sector of the economy, the real estate sector. Top on the show is news from CREDAI, which plans to come up with its own data for real estate sector. Various important facts and statistics like inventory, new launches, absorption, and other related theories will be included in the data. This system will be started by an all-India organization of real estate developers. It will consist of its own data mining system in the next few months, aiming to give the real picture of the sector across the country. So far, only consulting and research companies have been coming up with data on the sector. In other sectors such as telecom and automobiles, industry associations' monthly data is released detailing new phone subscribers or car sale numbers. The association is looking to partner with a third-party agency in order to verify the data, which will be given by its 11,500 member developers spread across the country. Well, according to CREDAI President Gitambar Anand, they will have direct information from the members selected and look for the bona fide partner who will verify the data so that it provides a genuine and accurate picture among the buyers and the investors. A report by a leading research firm which advised home buyers to avoid certain locations in Delhi, National Capital Region, had supposedly angered developers. The report was created on the grounds of delays in project delivery, oversupply, leading to unsold inventory, speculation, and lack of infrastructure. Also, many consultants predict lowering of prices in the near future, making buyers wait and thereby causing the sale to slow down. Many experts have recently predicted dip in prices in the residential real estate segment, which has not gone down well with developers as the increase in input and labor cost along with exorbitant land prices do not give any scope to them to make any cut in the prices. Rather than direct price cuts, developers have been offering freebies and attractive financial schemes to attract buyers in a small market. The real estate market has slowed down over the last few years, as a result of which developers are facing huge liquidity crunch because of declining sales, and banks and financial institutions are reluctant to fund the realty sector. All this has led to high unsold inventory levels across the country. Data from a leading research firm shows 71 months of idle inventory in the NCR, followed by 46 months in the Mumbai metropolitan region and 36 months in Chennai for the January-March quarter. A healthy market maintains 8 to 12 months of inventory. The real estate slowdown in India has become a major issue and is taking much long to settle down. The sector has been going through a rough phase with inventories piling up and sales going down. The consumer's trust can be gained back if developers exhibit appropriate construction progress and stand true to their promise of timely delivery. In order to counter it, developers have started controlling launches. However, these kind of steps could have been taken earlier if market trends were anticipated well before. Sales of residential units declined significantly over the last couple of years, particularly in the initial periods. The number of units that are sold from both new and old projects every quarter for a sales rate has steadily declined to below 9% as of mid-2015, thereafter remaining stable at low levels according to a global property consultant. The report further added that the slowdown trend has been observed in 7 leading metros, with the situation particularly grim in markets such as Delhi NCR, where the sales rate has declined by 10%. Despite a big fall in Pune, Hyderabad and Kolkata, the sales rate of these cities still remain in double digits at 12 to 13%. Mumbai's fall was moderate, owing to low sales rate throughout the said period. JLL India lists out 5 broad factors that influence real estate markets, including country's GDP and employment scenario, credit availability, interest rates, housing supply dynamics, and consumer confidence. These factors indicate the formula for revival which lie within the reach of builders and policymakers. GDP and employment seen suggest that unlike the housing sales rate, India's GDP has been increasing consistently over the last 2 years, from 6.9% year-on-year growth in fiscal year 2013-14 to 7.3% in 2014-15, and is expected to be over 7.5% in 2015-16. Also, the monthly reports of leading recruitment firms in India suggest that hiring activity has picked up pace, particularly in the last year. As of credit availability, RBI data on the growth in home loans as well as the growth in credit to the construction sector reveals healthy credit offtake. Home loans have grown at a 17% year-on-year average over the last 2 years, whereas bank credit given to the construction sector grew at 22% year-on-year, one of the highest levels of all sectors. When it comes to interest rates, the consumer price index inflation has declined sharply by around 3% in the last 2 years, and it now stands at 5%. which is well within the comfort zone defined by the Reserve Bank. Consequently, the RBI has responded with 3 rate cuts since the start of 2015, with a possibility of more to come in the near term. To tackle housing supply issue, developers have consistently been launching projects which is close to 60,000 units every quarter, despite the slowing demand. As a result, developers' unsold stock has piled up, particularly in NCR, Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. Finally, consumer confidence built with all of these factors portraying a positive picture for the economy and positive influence on consumers' confidence. This is also concluded out with various market reports. However, the rising consumer confidence has not resulted into higher demand for apartments. Real estate slowdown key points. Delhi NCR, the sales rate has declined by 10%. Pune, Hyderabad and Kolkata, the sales rate of these cities still remain in double digits at 12 to 13%. Mumbai fall was moderate owing to low sales rate throughout the sales period. We'll take a short break here. You stay tuned.
Shanghai, Beijing, and also other smaller cities outside of those 2 major ones. There's so much business being done in those cities, and also it's important for companies to get a foothold in that part of the world now.
Hello and welcome after the break. Coming on to the next story, the Smart City Initiative has seen a new innovation and addition in its group. Kolkata, Mumbai, Jaipur, Bhubaneswar and Raebareli are among the cities which are going to be developed on the Smart Cities model. The Urban Development Ministry will formally announce the names of cities being selected for the NDA government's flagship project. The criteria and guidelines for selecting the cities were decided by Prime Minister Narendra Modi through a city challenge recently. Excluding Jammu and Kashmir, all states have finalized the names of proposed smart cities through competition. So according to the sources, there are in all 99 cities which have made it to the coveted list. While the Jammu and Kashmir government has proposed 2 cities, Jammu and Srinagar, instead of 1, the issue is yet to be resolved. Mumbai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Jaipur, Ranchi and Bhubaneswar are among the cities who have found place in the chosen Smart Cities project list, whereas Uttar Pradesh has bagged maximum 13 nominations. A total of rupees 48,000 crore have been marked for developing these smart cities. The lesser-known states like Bihar Sharif in Bihar, Moradabad and Saharanpur in Uttar Pradesh, Dharamshala in Himachal, Shivamoga in Karnataka have also been put in the forefront to be developed into a smart city. In the first phase, the centre has decided to pick 20 cities, and in the next 2 years, 40 cities each will be selected in order to receive the central funding of rupees 500 crores spread over the next 5 years. Coming on to the next story, let us now take a look at why China is at the centre of global conversation.
China is a very, very important destination for the business traveler in the world right now. Shanghai, Beijing, and also other smaller cities outside of those 2 major ones. There's so much business being done in those cities, and also it's important for companies to get a foothold in that part of the world now. So it used to be if you were doing business, you only had to go from New York to London, Rome, Geneva. Now you have to go on to Dubai, you have to go to Shanghai, you've got to go to Beijing. So all these places that are becoming more business capitals of the world, you have to go to them. That is making us travel more. But I think it's also a good thing. You take a place like Shanghai. I went there 20 years ago when there were more bicycles than cars. To go there now, and it's completely opposite, but also to see how the government and industry have worked together to transform cities. It's traditionally, the Bund side of Shanghai was just, built in the 1930s, and all of the buildings were still from that era. Across the Bund in Pudong, you have tremendous buildup of world-class hotels that would stand out anywhere in the world, not just China. Matter of fact, I feel that China is leaving the West behind. I think a lot has been made about technology and the fact that we can do global, teleconferencing. But the fact of the matter is, real business is done face to face, and that's how you get to know people. That's how you build partnerships. There are so many small cues that you cannot get over a video conferencing. And I think also just being together in a room, I think brings people closer together, and the ability to really understand each other. To be a really successful business person today, you need to have a global perspective. You have to be able to talk about the arts. You have to be able to talk about the new places that people are going to. There is a global conversation that goes on out there that happens outside of your work life. You need to bring those elements in to really be seen as a important businessman in today's world. Also, in terms of business, especially in terms of starting relationships, and I think this is the important thing about business, is it says something to a prospective client or prospective business partner that I think enough of you that I got on a plane and came 10,000 miles. So it's becoming a very, very much part of the New York, London, Beijing sort of world, where you have to be in those cities and you have to be aware of what's going on in those cities to really conduct business on the global stage today.
So that is all for this episode of Realty Buzz. We will be back with more on this. Till then, goodbye, take care, and stay tuned to Spin TV.